What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just phenomenal, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Heart Yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in their placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot cards for the space of our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going to avoid, of course, all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Alright, Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. Before we get into this, Cancer, happy Mercury Day. Mercury rules over Wednesdays. Cancer is a great day to tap into the mind there, Cancer. Do some studying if we have any notes or any things that we need to get ready for a course or a class or whatever that may be looking like for you there, Cancer. If you're trying to maybe learn a new language, learn a new skill, maybe just get some nice reading in, some aggressive reading, but why not, Cancer? But this is really just a great day to kind of work with the mind, but even with doing like internet stuff as well. This can be a great day for that as well, Cancer, if you need to. Even if you may be tech savvy like that, maybe fix your computers. But yeah, just doing some stuff on the net, maybe doing some socializing, some networking, things along those lines there, Cancer. And also, we are in a waxing gibbous in Leo, Cancer. This is a very joyful placement for the moon. As I was thinking with just all this Leo, this is a great energy for one to just kind of get in touch with your inner child there, Cancer. I feel like just asking, are all of your needs being met? Just because the moon deals with our subconscious and where we find joy. And Leo is the sign of all the signs. Leo knows just how to be happy, how to bring the vibe, hold on, Cancer. Thank you, guys. But yeah, this is an energy I feel too to just kind of ask as we're getting closer to this full moon and getting closer, through this cycle. Are you enjoying what you're doing? Do you feel that there's enough love in your day-to-day there, Cancer? And if you haven't had enough time for that, making some time, I feel like, especially when the moon is in Leo, this is, again, a very childlike, the time to really embrace that inner child that Leo energy can bring. Actually, this shirt brings back a little nostalgia. My stepdad pretty much listened to this. He's a Leo. And this was like this radio station that we listen to like all the time, like even now. That's still his jam. I'm actually pretty with it. But yeah, this is one to just share in laughs there, Cancer. And just because Leo is also a sign of that self-expression, of the development of ego. It's allowing those kind of healthy ego needs to come through there to shine, to yeah, just remember that this space, it's not like an overindulging or anything like that, but this space, there is so much joy that can be had here, and there's so much, so it's like looking at the world through the lens of a child. I feel like when you're going through, as often as I feel like you can, Cancer, but I feel like especially when the moon is in Leo, this really just invites just a different type of perspective, something that kind of brightens things up a little bit. And this is nice too, because Cancer, when you're thinking about this, creating this vivid imagery, the sun, the dispositor where the moon is at, is in Pisces now. And it's like we can take that rich inner world, that imaginative world that we have inside Cancer being that we can feel consciousness on that to that depth and create this, again, that just that richness and then like take that Leo energy that will express that, like really let your imagination, I feel like, run wild there, Cancer, for these next couple of days. Really enjoy that, especially during the void, of course, which we'll talk about that more tomorrow. But yeah, getting into, I just feel like this really cool sense of flow, just like kind of, just like picturing you just kind of going on this water slide, in the sense that Cancer, just colors all over the place. I'm with it. But last couple of things here, Cancer. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching their Cancer. Definitely check them out. One of them, she has a Leo moon, so that's fantastic there, Cancer. There's a link for an astrologer that I really enjoy watching, a link for a couple of podcasts, and also some links for some apps that I enjoy working with their, Cancer. And who knows, maybe you have a Leo moon and we can check that together there, Cancer. If you've something you're curious about, book a reading with me. We can look to see how maybe a Leo moon might affect your chart. This would be when the moon's in Leo, she'll be moving from like my 12th to my first house. So this gets me, thinking about subconsciously, just like, who am I? How am I expressing that in this kind of how am I showing up in the world, do a sense? Do I love how I'm showing up and how I kind of bring my energy and all of that? So, it can be very fascinating when you look at that, or just seeing where the planets are transiting in general. Or just seeing how maybe these different moon aspects, you can pay attention to when you're maybe kind of thinking, because when the moon's going through Leo, she's hitting up like 5 of my placements. So it's a very active time, kind of energetically, kind of a time for me. So if it's something that you're curious in, the Cancer, check out down in the description. Well, we're not over there. Down in the description box, I have a link for that. I'm going to be offering some other services here to Cancer, so definitely stay tuned for those. And then, or you can find those links on Instagram if you happen to follow me there, which if you haven't, I'm posting stuff there, Cancer. I got to do some more fun things, but I'm posting transit stuff, so I'm getting there. But I think that's all I got for you, Cancer. So let's get into your general energy of the day. And I like this, Cancer, because you're going through, or you got the metamorphosis card here, Cancer, because you're going through a metamorphosis, it seems like. So this is a card of embrace transformation, and things are now different. And I like this, Cancer, because this gives me very much kind of like the death card, in a sense, which may not be always the most exciting card to hear. But I feel that's where we can, we're changing all the time. From minute to minute, from hour to hour, from day to day, even just more noticeable ones, going from the days to what you plan on doing next week, to what you may have had planned next month. And there's always these cycles that are constantly happening around us that we've just become so routine that we don't pay attention sometimes. I feel like we just kind of like, I don't want to say take them for granted, but just kind of let them flow on by. And now I feel like with this metamorphosis in this Leo energy, because Leo is one that, because they're so present when they show up, they can find the joy in the, because that's where the joy is at, in the present moment. So I feel that this energy is like inviting you just to embrace this transformation to, and it's not to say that when we go through tough time, Cancers, that you have to, it's like we're acknowledging those times, but knowing that they're not going to be like that forever. Because Leo energy even gets down. It's not to say that they're just, constantly happy-go-lucky, but it is, I feel, with Leo energy, there is it's like I'd say it's like a little bit easier. Like it just like, there's just that natural sunlight that comes with that energy. But I do feel like with this energy too, their Cancer, is things are very different. And they're not going to stop changing. Sometimes I feel like people will say stuff like that, like, "Oh, this is so different than it used to be," and it's like, well, yeah, like, yeah, like of course it is, and it's like I almost feel like it's taking the shock out of that. It's yeah, things are changing, and because more so kind of embracing this is like, hey, do you feel how this energy is shifting? Like, I'm really kind of excited about this. Like, there's something on the horizon. I can physically, and just like I'm getting feeling these like visceral kind of responses here. Like, this is very stimulating. Something is very, and that's why I feel like the energies are trying to get us to look at, not look at like when we think of like death, even just like the death card, and not in such a morbid sense, but as where something is ending, something is simultaneously beginning. And let me get some tarot on this, Cancer. Get some details. All right, Cancer. Okay, guys. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. All right, so you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then you have the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and then the World card here, Cancer, Saturn energy. And let's start with this Saturn here. Because Cancer, I'm being drawn to all the fixed energy that's surrounding Saturn here. And I feel where fixed energy does have its place. It carries the energy that the cardinals start off with. It gives it that staying power. And I'm even getting this energy of, with each of the fixed energies, there's something alluring about that. But I feel like it's they want that stability. They want that almost of things to kind of stay the same in a sense. But I feel that with the Eight of Swords here, it's just like we're getting ready. Saturn here is like saying we're getting ready to close out a chapter. And where there may be, it's like they're a part of the dreams that or like certain ideas that we may need to let go in a sense that may be kind of hindering you there, Cancer. Or this may even be maybe even someone around you that may be affecting your energy there, Cancer. But I do feel this energy is getting to this place where we're embracing these changes. Even if, when you think about the Nine of Cups, all these feelings that may pop up here, that's kind of how this card is coming through for me, that even in all of that, maybe even potential kind of overwhelm, we can be like, okay, I may be feeling a lot about this, but I'm embracing this change, and I'm going to, I feel like it's like this Two of Pentacles is learning to prioritize these feelings in a sense about these new beginnings that may be coming up for you here, Cancer. Because now things I feel like are starting to materialize. And if we're feeling like this energy of trapped or, because again, our feelings are very powerful, Cancer. So if that's the cage that you've created for yourself, then that's what's going to happen. And I feel like it's turning that into this. The crab has the shell, I feel like, to be safe, but yes, but I feel like it's more so like a training grounds in a sense. Because at some point we're going to outgrow the metaphorical shell in a sense. And I feel this is how we're training towards that ending, or getting ready to transition into where we need to be vulnerable, exposed to the elements for a second while we're transitioning, while we're going through this metamorphosis, while we're, going through these ideas, kind of formulating this new kind of concepts maybe here, Cancer. And again, if this is not you, then I feel like that it is thinking about when you had a similar thing where you may have been in a place, Cancer, work those compassionate, those empathetic muscles that you have. and think about where you may have been stuck and maybe where we can show someone a little more compassion possibly. They may be just at an early stages of something along those lines. It is not to say that you're better than, but it's just to say that you have the tools to assist. And in that, maybe there's something that they could even do for you, that Cancer, that everyone tends, that kind of comes together as this whole here. But I do just feel like, again, be mindful of any sort of like fixity or something along those lines there, Cancer. But I think I'm going to leave that there. Nice little start. Let's get some other stuff here, Cancer. That's interesting. Thank you, guys. Let's see what's going on. Oh, look at that, Cancer. Oh, how fantastic. The sun came out to greet us, Cancer. So you have the Sun card here, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups here, Cancer. And then you have the lovely Queen of Cups in reverse here. And let's talk about the Sun sidebar, Cancer. This is the main reason I think I got this deck. I have something about this card. I really resonate with this Sun card here. I love this energy. But with the Sun being here, I do feel like, again, just in that joy there, Cancer, I feel like that's how how this energy is getting, maybe, or what I feel like this energy is inviting you to do, to make amends with some sort of something here that we may have been holding on to there, Cancer. Something that, again, I feel like we've maybe have internalized in a way that hasn't been conducive towards our growth, in a sense. And there's a need to really kind of sit with ourselves, in a sense, and really kind of analyze some of these feelings that may be coming up here with the Four of Cups. But there's another energy here, Cancer, that is giving me with this Four of Cups, that maybe for some we may have, again, maybe someone around us that is really kind of set in their ways, have been, just you really can't get them to change their mind with the Ace of Swords. But I feel this Four of Cups there is, even though you may want to bring, even if it's for their better, it's going to make them happy, it's going to make them this, and that, and the other. If they can't see it, then there's really not much the Queen of Cups can do, other than to send these love, light, and high vibrations, and be patient. Be there for when things do eventually turn around, because they always do there, Cancer. And if they don't, let's say on the off chance they don't, then what did you learn from that? Because there was something there was some reason that happened. That wasn't meant to just be there just because. Nothing's really coincidental, I feel, or just kind of happenstance. I feel it's this thing that appears like that until until a different sensitivity is developed. I feel like with the Queen of Cups here, we just start reflecting on things in a different type of way. And this is, I feel like, this sort of process here, Cancer. You're almost like becoming this sort of budding lotus here. You're just coming into this newer, again, there's this transformation that's happening here. And again, I feel like the Sun here shining some light on some things that may not, because sometimes, like when you've been in like a nice dream there, Cancer, and the lights kind of turn on first thing, or someone opens the window and the light kind of pours in, that can be a lot. But once your eyes adjust and you kind of take a look around, okay, like I see what's going on here. It's not nearly as terrible as we may have painted it out to be. So the Knight of Pentacles, too, I do feel is kind of asking, what do you plan on doing with this change? Now that we're embracing this stuff, how are we going to be a little bit more constructive? Things are differently now. This is This is, I feel like this is you asking more of yourself, or this is at least an invitation to do that there, Cancer. Now don't feel like you feel pressured, like you know, that you should be doing for, need to be, no, doing stuff for where you're at on your journey. But I do feel like it is, there is something here that's, the Knight of Pentacles is very, like, just I'm not sure how to describe the face there, Cancer, but it is just sort of like, oh, is that all? Is that, but not in a condescending way, just like, oh, come on, you could do more than that. Like, it's very interesting what this is, what this energy is giving off here, Cancer. So just something to flirt with there. But let's get some advice from the Sun, Cancer. And I do love, you know, again, the Sun is in Pisces. It's a different type of awareness, you know, Cancer. This is, now we've gone from, you just, I feel like, feeling the nuances of consciousness to now being able to just, you're aware of it now. It's a different type of intuitive energy that you're in. So, you know, I feel this is a time to, I feel like, take advantage of their, Cancer. Thank you, guys. All right, Cancer. So last little bit here, you have the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse here, Cancer. And let's switch back over. Because I feel with this energy, Cancer, I feel the Four of Wands is usually like kind of like my checkpoint card. Kind of seeing where we're at on the journey. We've made a decision, we've picked a path here, and how are we feeling about how things have turned out? Are we in a time of celebration? And if not, where did we get off track? I feel with the Three of Wands being here. And I feel with the Three of Swords, you know, this is, I like when the Three of Swords in reverse, because this is healing from something. I feel like maybe for some we may have been where we felt we went down a wrong path, where we may have invested time, money, effort, whatever into something, someone, and now how are we going to get all this time back here? But, you know, Cancer, I feel that, you know, I feel like there's this change with the Three of Swords. There's this, again, there's not like looking, because a situation where it may not have been ideal. Could we have skipped some steps? Yeah, of course, that's always ideal. But I do feel like now that that past has been kind of locked in, you know, it's, what can we take from that? You know, like, okay, are we just going to say that that just took from us, or are we going to go look for what's in there? You know, I feel like there's this energy that sometimes the lesson isn't always just presented to us. Sometimes we gotta find it. You know, like we have to put in a little extra, you know, as opposed to just being like, oh, that's why this thing happened, as opposed to, why did I feel this way? Why did they respond to that? But not getting stuck, but getting into these questions of like, there's this honesty that I feel is coming with this Six of Pentacles being here, you know. How much did we give in a situation? How much, you know, just, again, take that as it resonates there, Cancer. But I feel one more thing, because the Six of Pentacles can be a card of reciprocity. Four of Wands can be a card of relationships of some sort. This could be usually marriage in this card. I feel that for some, I feel like things are different now. You know, like whatever that means. If you've been feeling that Queen of Cups in reverse, like you've been giving a lot more than you've been receiving, you know, there's not that reciprocity, then that might be something to analyze there, Cancer. And just kind of ponder that, because, you know, Sun in Pisces, you know, that can be where we may give a little too much. And now, again, with this awareness, this is something I feel to just kind of reflect on there, Cancer. But I think I'm going to leave that there. And if you like that, Cancer, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this thing, Cancer. If you know someone who's been maybe struggling with transformations, been feeling, because definitely something feels like it's at an end here, you know, with the World card being here. That's the last stop of the major arcana before we move on to the next. So it's just like, I feel like there's this sort of evaluation of what's going on here. And that's interesting that you got the Sun and Saturn, because they're going to be forming a conjunction here soon. Mercury will be in the mix on that one, but I feel like some realizations may be coming up in their Cancer. Maybe something how you imagine maybe be appearing a little different there. And subscribe there. Queen of Cups, hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each day. And then last little thing there, Cancer, check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for your readings there, Cancer. You can also check that with me there, Cancer. We can learn yourself energetically learn yourself energetically together. Let me see if I can say. I promise I sentence a little better in person there, Cancer. But yeah, if you want to do that, Cancer, again, I have links down in the description box for you for that information. And also, if you happen to follow me on Instagram, which if you're not, do it, because I'm posting stuff. And that's like, if you don't understand, Cancer, that is a rare thing. I don't post things. So it's like, granted, I'm going to start doing more. You'll start seeing me like, oh, I gotta move this mic. But you see me more kind of like day-to-day stuff there, Cancer. Like, we'll get it all figured out. And and then when you're done doing all that, like, let's go over and watch Alchemist State together. I do weekly videos. What I'm doing now is I have weekly videos, the more kind of Soul Tribe videos for what is going on in the astrological weather. They're called weekly downloads, so you can see what kind of aspects are. I just talk about different aspects that I feel like should be brought to your attention, how we could potentially work with the energies, what are some things that come up when I kind of think about them and feel about them. So definitely check that out. And then I do Celestial News Monthly, which is when the sun moves into a new sign. I talk about where the planets are and how we can work with the energies. And then I do a yearly one as well there, Cancer. So, and all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, Cancer. Oh, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. Look at you, sitting comfortable in change. You got the Nine of Pentacles here, Cancer. And that's what I feel like happens, you know, when we start to... And that's interesting. I feel like I feel, Cancer, that this is starting to enjoy in the abundance and the change that is coming around. I feel like it's this really mindful manifestation that I feel like is happening with the Nine of Pentacles. There's this realism that is happening because this is Venus and Virgo. So it's not saying like we're not seeing a situation for what it is. You know, like, yes, you know, things could always be better. Could this be more perfect? Could this be solid here? You know, could this be more better? Absolutely. But I feel like, because I'm getting drawn to the peacock here and how it doesn't have, it's this albino peacock. And I feel like this is like we're nitpicking as opposed to like, oh my gosh, there's this peacock here. Where's its colors at? Why aren't you doing more peacock? And that's why I hope this makes sense, Cancer. But it just feels like that there's this appreciating things a bit more where, yes, there could be more with this again. And we got this full moon coming up in Virgo, so maybe that might even be something that may come up for you. But it is seeing where things... appreciating the things as they are, you know, and being in that abundance, appreciating the work in that, yes, there is always more work to do, but not letting that work get you in this place where we can't enjoy some of the stuff that we've built there, Cancer. And, you know, and meet yourself with where you're at, I feel, with that kind of Venus and that Nine of Pentacles, like Venus and Virgo energy. But that's... all right, Cancer. Oh, all right, look at this, Cancer. So you got the first quarter moon in Aries card here, which is the step into your power card there, Cancer. And, you know, I kind of like this too. That this metamorphosis is giving off this kind of death energy, which and then you have this Aries energy, which both are ruled by Mars, and I feel that in this change, I feel like this is again living more so in the present, kind of going with there's this Aries is this very instinctual energy, this kind of lives off stress a little bit, feeds off of the fear, jumps for adventure to get that adrenaline pumping, that sense of will, that sense of yeah, that's very powerful. I feel with this that Aries energy, and then the Scorpio is this, and also this powerful, but more on the intuitive end. I feel like this is you coming at life with kind of full force here, Cancer, embracing this change, and watch how you step into your power. It's like you're taking these kind of I'm picturing you taking these really confident strides. We're not rushing towards this. We're embodying them as they're meant to happen. Things are differently now. You're coming through in a different type of way there, Cancer. And I just feel your energy is just kind of pulsing there, Cancer. Is really cool. So something to think about. You powerhouse. But I think I'm going to leave that there, Cancer. Things are different. The energies are changing, and I'm excited for us all. But you stay safe out there, Cancer, with all these transformations. And this is going to be changes in you, changes in your groups, changes in relationships and all that, in your jobs. But, I feel like this gives us a chance to get ready for Aries season, to come in, think about, reflect during this Pisces energy, think about where we're going from here, and then come in hot. And keep eyes on the moon there, Cancer. We're getting closer and closer to the full moon. It's going to be really exciting, really kind of see things from a different way. And I will catch you, Cancer, on the next one. Later. Oh, wait. Tomorrow.